Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me on our weekly Facebook Live tutorial, which I mentioned many times is no longer just Facebook. We are on LinkedIn, YouTube, and also Facebook and Instagram, all going live at the same time. Thank you for taking out your time to join me week after week when I go live or when I drop a video when I am not able to come on live. My name is May Yo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, a multiple six-figure profit event planning company. I'm also the founder, event mentor, and coach for a mentorship program called the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur, where we help event planners, designers, and decorators to start and grow the event planning company into a multiple six-figure profit business as well. So if you are joining me the very first time, this is my introduction. Welcome to our weekly live show. Today, we are going to talk about, are you doing the right things for your business? And before we go into what exactly are the right things, I want to say hi for those of you who are joining me in today. And if I don't call out your name, not because I don't see you, it's not because I don't acknowledge you, it's because we only have 30 minutes or less to go over what we want to talk about in this short time frame. And I know some of you are joining me during your lunch break. So thank you so much for giving me your time. If you're joining me on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, make sure you click on the StreamYard link so I can see your name. Or you can just type your name so I can see that you are here with me if you have any questions, okay? Now, there are many things. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of you or those of you who are who have started their business and they are doing things to help their business grow. So what exactly are the right things that you should be doing for your business? Okay, so there are the core fundamentals. The core fundamentals include things like making sure that you are showing up on social media. All right. In the past, when I first started M2 Hospitality, in 2012, social media is not the way of life. All right, people still go to a lot of in-person events, networking events, and email. They communicate through email, and social media just purely for social purposes, personal purposes, not so much for the business. Now, having said that, fast forward, social media becomes one of the things that you must incorporate in the marketing of your business. So having said that, you have to make sure that you have a social media presence, right? Be it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, just to name a few. Okay, so these are some of the right things that you need to do, which is showing up on social media on all these different platforms, regardless whether is it a post, a reel, going on live. That's one method of, or one of the right things that you need to do. If you are attending networking events, good for you. Attending trade shows, good for you. There's also some of the right things that you should be doing to market yourself, right? Attending networking events, getting your name out there, and also becoming a vendor in any of these trade shows. If you have a podcast channel, I know some of you have your own podcast channel, then continue to make sure that you show up regularly for your podcast. If you have an email list and you're sending out weekly newsletter, monthly newsletter, good for you, because this is a great way to keep in touch with your followers and anyone who are interested to learn more from you. Okay, so those are the sales and marketing outreach that you should be incorporating in marketing yourself, right? Doing site inspection, visiting vendors and venues, building relationships. So I'm going to split it into, let's talk about the right things first, and then let's talk about, are you doing all these things the correct way? Okay, so we're talking about the item or the activity. Then we talk about, are you doing the activity the correct way? So the in-person activities are attending networking events, building relationship by visiting the venues and vendors, attending trade shows as a guest or as a vendor. These are a few of the in-person marketing efforts that you should partake. And then those that are online includes making sure that you are showing up consistently and regularly on your social media portals, right? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, just to name a few. Those are the ones that you should show up regularly. And if you are going to email marketing, then you have to think about, are you sending out your newsletter on a consistent basis, and also on a regular and consistent basis. Okay. And if you have a podcast, same thing. Are you consistently dropping an episode every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month? And you're doing it on a regular and consistent basis. So these are the activities that you should be doing. All right. And also following up, right? Of course, following up from leads and inquiries in the past so that you don't ghost them. Okay. Those are the sales and marketing outreach that you should be doing for your business. So I named quite a few. Now, let's talk about, are you doing that correctly? And I am going to share my own example to share with you why doing all the right things may not necessarily give you the momentum that you expect to see when you are doing all these activities. Okay. And it's super frustrating when you are doing all these activities on a consistent basis, on a regular basis, and this is what your business coach is telling you to do. So therefore, you are a good student and you do what you're supposed to do and you do it regularly and consistently. How come you're still not seeing the results? I want to applaud you. If you are doing all these activities on a regular basis and consistent basis, do not stop doing them. Okay? Do not stop doing them, because you are way better and far ahead compared to many other people who don't even show up or who don't even do this or don't do it regularly. So I want to applaud you for your efforts. Okay? So don't give up on that. So now the next thing is, I'm going to teach you, how do you do the right things righter? I just created my own words, okay? How do you do it better, basically? How should you do it in a more efficient and effective manner? That's what you're going to be learning today. And I'm going to use my own example, my own activities, sales outreach activities that I do for my own business to give you an example, okay? I was looking at some of my data, all right, of all the sales activities outreach that I've been doing, and I have decided that how come I'm doing all this, I've come to the conclusion, how come I'm doing all these things and yet I'm still not seeing the momentum that I want to see. Okay. So let's just say that let's just use something that most of us are doing, social media. Okay. I post regularly on my social media platform, especially on my Instagram. I post at least 4 times a week, right? 4 times a week. So I'm doing the right thing. I am posting on my social media and I am showing up regularly and consistently. So you will always see me on social media if you're following me, or I have made the effort to show up on social media to talk about my business. So in this case, I'm doing the right things, correct? But how come I am not getting consistent sales and I am not getting a lot of inquiries? Or how come my growth is only growing by so little or no growth at all? All right? Then I have to take a step back and not only think about, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, which is showing up on social media, posting contents. The next thing that I need to be doing is actually looking at the data that is showing me if I'm doing the things correctly. What do I mean by that? You could be posting on social media regularly, But if you are not posting, if you are not analyzing the data to find out when is the optimal time for you to post, which is the time where most of your audience or your followers are checking their social media, in our case is 9 a.m. Okay, between 9 to 12. All right. So and 12 to 3. So basically I have this window from 9 to 3 p.m. Okay, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is my window where my followers or my audience are consuming content or are active on social media. So if I were to say that I post on my social media all the time, at least 4 times a week, right? But I am not consistent at I'm not consistent in posting the post at those optimal times from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., then my effort is 50% effective. Okay. So in this case, right, I did the right thing by showing up on my social media, that I'm posting on my social media. But am I really doing the right thing to really give me the momentum that I thought I would be getting by showing up on social media? Not really. If I don't post between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is the optimal time that my peeps are, my people, my followers, my audience are consuming my content, I miss the golden opportunity of capturing them. So if I am inconsistent and I post on Monday at 7 a.m. and then on Tuesday, oh, I don't have time, so I post at 5 p.m. And then on Wednesday, I post at 12 p.m. On Thursday, I post at 9 a.m. Right? And then on Friday, I post at outside the window, okay? I post at 8 a.m. So I'm not consistent in posting at the golden hours. Then I'm doing the action. Yes, I'm doing the right things, but I am not doing the right things correctly in this case, okay? And another example is if I really want to be super effective, making sure that whatever right things that I'm doing is really getting the most power that or the most impact that I expect it to create in creating business growth, I should also be analyzing, looking at the type of posts, okay, or the type of content that my audience are reacting to. When I say reacting, it could be through any form of engagement, either by commenting, by liking, by loving, by sharing, by saving. So when you look at your social media, okay, on Instagram, you want to be able to see what content are people saving, all right, that you have posted. They are saving the particular content, the post, the reel, the live, whatever. And you also want to see what are the contents that people are liking, loving, and commenting. And you want to be able to create more of that. Okay. I'm not saying that you only talk about those things that people are reacting. You need to always talk about a wide variety of things that will give insights, educate, motivate, and inspire, okay, people and solving a problem. Yes, you need to have a variety of these topics, but you need to take the time to really analyze what are the things that people are getting more engagement, that you're getting more engagement in. So you want to be able to create more such contents. Okay, you're going to place more emphasis. So instead of talking about variety of things in that 1 week, you're going to talk about 50% of it. You're going to be talking about the topic that people are reacting more to, engaging more to, and then the other 50%, you can talk about the rest. So in this case, right, you are doing the right things, but you are also giving emphasis on those right things that you're doing that's gaining more, that has the potential to gain more momentum based on what the data is showing you. Okay, so that's the social media. Like for me, we're doing an experiment next week. So we're doing an experiment on how to post it, whether by scheduling or by randomly posting. So I have noticed that when I post on Instagram, okay, when I post on Instagram and I don't schedule it through MetaSuite or to any of those platforms that you can pre-schedule your post, I basically just create the post inside Instagram, either it be a post or a reel, okay, and I put it I create it, and then I put it as draft. And then the next day, I just hit publish at 9 a.m. between my golden hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I noticed that particular content, okay, that particular content gets a lot more engagement, gets a lot more views compared to when I schedule it out. So you have to do a lot of trial and error, analyzing your data to find out whether is it working or not. So that's one. Another example is email list. We have about like over 12,000 people on our email database. Does that mean that everybody opens my email? Absolutely not. I'm going to be totally honest. And I also took the time, right? I did the right thing. Every week I send out an email. I send out a newsletter every single week, right? So I did the right thing by staying in contact with people on my email list. That's the right thing to do. That's the consistent marketing effort that I do. But is it yielding me sales? As how much as based on the number of people who's subscribing to my email list? Am I getting 12,000 sales? Absolutely not. So how can I get more sales from my email list? First, they need to be interested to open my email, right? To not unsubscribe, and then to open my email, and then to read my email, and then do whatever CTA that my email is asking them to do. So the next step is to actually looking at your emails that you sent out. You want to be able to see which of those emails, okay, in the last 3 months, 6 months that you sent out, which of those emails have the highest open rate, and then start ranking them, okay? Have the highest open rate. That means that particular subject line is what people are interested in knowing more. So I am doing the right things by sending out an email, all right, talking whatever I want to talk about. But if I want to be truly intentional and really be very effective in my email marketing, I should be looking at a few things. Number one, who's opening my email? Like which email subject topic has the highest open rate? And then with that, it gives me an insight on what topics to talk more about. All right. What topic should I be focusing on? Because this is what people are interested in. Number one. The next thing I should be looking at is who is opening my email, the person who's opening my email. And then I will want to go back and look how many times has this person opened my email. And then I'm going to see if this person is already an existing client or is this a potential client. Okay. So if this is not an existing client and they have been opening my emails every single week, that means they're interested in my content. This is an opportunity for me to reach out to them and say that, hey, I see that you have been opening my emails. I hope you are enjoying reading my content. Tell me a little bit about what more content you want me to create for readers like you, and tell me a little bit about your business. So business can only be created, right? Majority of the business, all right? I'm not saying all business. Majority of business are created or sales are created through conversations, through engagement. This is the opportunity for me to engage with this person, to bring them closer to becoming a buyer. Same thing for social media. I want to see who's engaging on my social media content. Who is this particular person who's constantly liking, loving, commenting? Are they an existing client? Or could they be a potential client? Or could they be our brand ambassador who talk a lot about our brand? So these are the things I should be thinking about. Let's go to networking events. You can attend many networking events. But if you are not intentional in the type of networking events that you want to go, then you are wasting time and money. Yes, you're doing the right thing by putting yourself out there, but you're putting yourself out there to the wrong audience. So it's a waste of your time and money. So when you're first starting your business, you really have no idea which events you should be going to. So the first 6 months, 1 year, is almost like a trial and error. You go to all, okay? Of course, it has to be obviously in your industry, and obviously that could be a potential for you to have some form of collaboration or a potential client in the mix, right? You don't go to some random networking event that has got no potential for you to meet anybody who could be of a tool or asset to your business. So when you are attending all these networking events, you have to ask yourself questions, right? Who are these people who are here? Can they be my potential clients? Or how would I be able to leverage the relationship that I built with them to bring more business to my business? Okay. So you have to start looking at which ones you should be going and which one maybe you don't have to go as often, because it's extremely exhausting. And I know for firsthand, because that's what I did the first few years for my business. I went to every single one. And then eventually I realized that, okay, this one I can skip, this one I can skip. The networking event by this organization is not so good. I'm not going to go anymore. This one, they may not do very often networking events. They do not host networking events very often, but every time they host one, it's a great party and I will always want to be there. So you start looking, there's so many events in the events industry, so many shows, right? So many trade shows, so many summits in the events industry. Wedding MBA is one, the event depot, the event depot is one, and then NACE is one, Cater Source is one. There's so many, IMAX is one. There's so many trade shows for you to attend. So you have to really sit down and look at how much time and money you're spending on each of these trade shows, and which one has yield any form of relationship for either a foreseeable sale or a foreseeable collaboration. So these are the things you have to ask yourself too. You're doing the right things by attending networking event, but are these right things bring you the business or the momentum that you expect to see? Okay. Now, next thing, let's talk about, we'll talk about email, we'll talk about social media, we talk about networking events. Let's talk about podcasts. Okay. Like for me, I have a podcast, The Unstoppable Eventrepreneur, and I get a pretty healthy number of downloads. But there are some topic that gets a lot more downloads than the other episodes. So same thing, I should go back and look at my data. Which episodes get a lot of ratings, reviews, downloads, and when should I be releasing my podcast where there is an optimal listenership? Okay. So those are the things that I need to pay attention to and create more content. And when I create more of such content that people are downloading, that means people will listen to the episode and will go to the show notes. And this is where I will pitch my offer. Okay, no point pitching offers on all the other topics that is not getting so much momentum. I pitch all the time. But if I know I can identify what topics that people are enjoying and I create content for those episodes, there's a higher chance for people to even see my offer, because first they have to go listen to that podcast episode, right? Same thing for my YouTube. Okay, I just did a analysis on my YouTube viewership. I'm not too concerned about how many subscribers. It's in the long run. I know it's going to grow, but I look at whatever I put out there, how many are people viewing more on the long form or the short form content. So this is streaming to my YouTube channel right now. Okay, this is 30 minutes or less. And there's also an option for you to do YouTube Shorts, which is less than a minute. Okay, very, very short, right? I can't remember, less than a minute or 2 minutes. So I was looking at the data. What's the number for the number of viewers? Okay, how many views for my long form content, which is 30 minutes or less, versus my short form content, which is my YouTube Shorts. And the number was insane. I would say that I would have probably just a few low hundreds in the views for my long form content. But when it comes to the YouTube Shorts, okay, YouTube Shorts, the viewership is about in the thousands. All right. So if that's the case, I should be doing more YouTube Shorts, because this is what people are looking and wanting. And I'm capturing their attention in a short period of time, and they keep coming back for more. When they keep coming back for more, that means they want more of my content. That also means there's an opportunity for me to pitch my offers, correct? Because they are already watching my content. So these are the few things that you can start implementing in your business, which I talk about all the correct things or all the right things to do. But are you doing the right things correctly? Are you doing the right things is part one. Are you doing the right things correctly is part two. All right. Give me a thumbs up emoji or heart if you can resonate with what I'm saying. You follow what I'm saying. And whatever I'm sharing with you is true, real life examples. Okay. Using my own business as the analysis, as the guinea pig. And I try and error a lot of things. Right. And then I also talk to my fellow associates, business associates, who also are very successful business owners, and we are all in the same boat. So I did not just create this out from thin air. This is exactly what is happening in the industry. Okay, all right. So if you are a business owner in the events field, designer, decorator, or planner, and you don't know what are the right things to do to market yourself, okay, and you also don't know how to do those things correctly, then make sure you check out our business kickstart bundle, which is the 24 courses for $24 only. We have broken it down into individual modules, from pricing for profit to marketing, creating a digital portfolio, social media marketing, website, legalities, CEO schedule, how to manage your finances, all these, and how to close sales. All right. All these all packaged into a neat bundle of 24 courses at $24 only. So check that out. And you also have an opportunity to join our live support community, where you can come on and ask any questions that you have when you're going through all those courses. So that is your step one, knowing what are the right things to do. But if you don't know, check out our business kickstart bundle. Probably hands down the unicorn of the events field in terms of courses, and in terms of courses for about the content and the cost. So I make it easy to consume. You don't need many hours to consume that, and I make it so easy to understand you can implement immediately as well. So I look forward to you checking out the courses, you joining our community, and I'm here to continue to support you in every way that we can. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.